Have you ever felt like no matter how hard you try, your life doesn't really change? What if I tell you the secret isn't in making big changes, but tiny ones? That's what Atomic Habits by James Clear reveals. And trust me, this book will really shape the way you look at success. My name is Francis, and here we talk about personal growth, creativity, and acquiring the right sets of skills to make you successful in life. If you're new here, make sure you hit the subscribe button so you don't miss out on more videos like this. Well, months ago, I made this post of me buying my first ever book after my younger brother recommended it to me. At the time, I was super excited to start doing something that would positively affect my personal growth. Because I knew at the time that if I was going to be a successful entrepreneur or businessman or even a CEO of my own company someday, I would have to at least read 10 self-help books. At the time, it was also very difficult for me to read a book because I was coming from an era of TikTok scrolling, Instagram scrolling. I was consuming a lot of short-form content. So it was very hard for me to focus on something as boring as reading a book. But I knew it was all worth it because I had to get the knowledge which I needed from the book. After rebuilding my focus, I've been able to read this book over 3 times in a row. And this is what I learned from the book. In the book, the author James Clear said that real change doesn't come from huge overnight transformations. It comes from tiny, consistent actions. He calls them atomic habits. Habits that compound over time to create massive results. Just imagine improving 1% every day. It sounds small, right? But give it time, it compounds into massive results. What I loved about this book is how practical it is. It doesn't just tell you what to do, it shows you how. James Clear reveals this in the 4 principles of habit change, which are make it obvious, make it attractive, make it easy, and make it satisfying. Let me start with make it attractive. Making it attractive, it means conditioning the habit for it to be enjoyable while you're doing it. For example, the habit of reading the book itself. I decided to set it up myself that the condition when I'm reading the book is attractive enough for me to actually read the book. Making it obvious is positioning the book in areas where they are highly visible. Like I was positioning my book near my bed where I slept beside my pillow, so as anytime I could get to see it and actually pick it up and read it. The other thing is making it easy. You shouldn't make it hard for you to start, especially when you are building a hard habit. You should make it as easy as possible. For example, reading 5 pages a day instead of the whole chapter. The other rule was making it satisfying. Making it satisfying how? You can put a habit tracker, something that visually gives you validation that you have done the habit, the ticking of the habit, or having an emotional support person, somebody who you console with, that I've read the book, or I have done this habit today consistently, I have gone to the gym. Have a partner that supports you in doing that. That's making it satisfying. So that's what the 4 laws basically are speaking about. I know you might find this mind-blowing, but I applied these exact principles to build the habit of reading the book itself. And the one tip that helped me the most was habit stacking, which is basically attaching a new habit to a habit that's already been established. Example, to me, an already established habit was journaling, which was something which I was doing every day for a month consistently. So I had to attach journaling to reading. How? Each day before I would journal, I would prompt myself to read at least 1 chapter a day. The combination of the 2 habits is what James Clear describes as habit stacking. After reading this book, I started noticing tiny changes in myself. Like I was able to finish my work, I started having consistent routines, and it even helped me become a better content creator. And that's when I realized that success isn't about intensity, guys. It's about consistency. This book completely changed the way I think about progress. It taught me that every small action, whether it's saving 1 coin, doing 1 push-up, reading 1 page, it all adds up. So if you are somebody who is serious about changing your life, mindset, habits, this book is honestly one of the best investments you can make. Well, I've dropped my affiliate link below where you can grab a copy of the book, or you can kindly message me through my WhatsApp number below to get the physical copies that are available locally in stock. But for some of you, I know it can be hard sometimes to actually start to read a book. Especially for beginners like me, I faced a lot of challenges reading my first ever book. Due to our minds nowadays, they are a little bit different, and it's hard to concentrate and focus on something for once. Something as boring as reading a book, it can be hard sometimes. So for that reason, I've prepared a short guide that will show you the processes I used to overcome this challenge. This guide will teach you about the mindset of a reader, how to choose the right book, the active reading formula, how to remember what you read, and turning your knowledge into action. These are the 5 principles that I've taught in my book. You'll also find some bonus tips which I've left behind for beginner readers. Click the first link in the description to get your guide. Thank you for watching. If you're someone who is in this journey of self-growth, self-improvement, and acquiring the right sets of skills to make you successful in life, well, you're in the right place. Make sure to subscribe and share it with someone who is also on the same path. As always, this is Francis Moses. Stay consistent, stay growing, and I'll see you in the next video.